Here we go. Hey, sorry I'm a few seconds late, but we're gonna walk through. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I have a new mic on, so it's supposed to kind of help with the amplify the muffling. So if you hear anything different, just let me know. But I'm going to just mute you for class purposes, and then this may be a review for what you've maybe already done, because I know you've set up Adobe on your computer. But then I'm just going to walk through getting everybody set up and then kind of getting started on our first unit to walk through. So I'm going to minimize you over here. And then share my screen. There we go. Yes, sir.
I just installed Adobe.
Okay.
I was asking what was the due date for
Okay. We'll get through all that fun stuff.
Okay.
So I'm going to open up. Let's just start from Blackboard. Everybody together. Great. Okay. That might be something I need to run down and see Rachel about, but let me look. So are you just doing your normal login? This is why we're doing this today. You got logged in. It's good. Are you're not trying to be a customer, right? Okay. If you're on your own computer, I'm going to sit on my desk. That's fine too. Let me run down the hall real quick and see if Rachel has had any other issues like that. Keep trying to find a way to log on, and I'll be right back. Harrison, I'm going to be right back, okay?
I think you got to use the reverse letter. You got to tap it.
I've had mine as the first letter.
You gotta do what? It's all username, like the first letter has to be capitalized.
Yeah, like in my username.
Yeah, mine's
Try a different computer. Yeah.
I got in.
You got in? Did you get in?
No.
Try a different computer.
Okay.
Okay. So just one of you still? You're in yours, you're in yours. You're into that computer. Okay, so, all right, logging in. Are you gonna move to the center? Oh, you don't have to, I was asking her. Okay.
Where you at?
Oh, me?
Were you at that? Oh, you were at this one.
Okay, so we're just getting logged in right now. Once you are logged in, go ahead and go into course schedule and click on the live link. So it brings you to the, well, it would also help if that would show the right thing. There we go. Give you the live link of the syllabus, and that'll kind of get us to the right places. Okay, any luck on that one?
Oh, it's working.
Okay, great. So everybody is able to log in somehow? Or you're gonna try on that computer?
Yeah, because this computer, I've been having trouble with Blackboard on my computer.
Okay. Well, Blackboard's not the main thing. I just want to make sure everybody can get to this document right here. When you are to this document, I want you to click on the download David Gareth PDF files link right here. It's going to take you to this website. Okay. And then what you're going to need to do from here, was this computer being,
I have it.
okay. Try that one over there. So right now we're just trying to log into a computer. Okay. So once you're on here, scroll down to where it gives you this little icon right here. See the,
Did you go to that from Blackboard?
yeah. So from Blackboard, I just want you to get to this syllabus thing. So go to course schedule and then click course schedule live link, and that'll pop you out to this Google Doc. All right. Give me a heads up if everybody has the Google Doc. See if Devron can get logged in. While you're doing that, I'm gonna take roll real quick. All right, Marion. Marlon. Sorry. This is so little on here. Marlon. I need to remember that. Hey, Marlon. Kiari, right there. Isaiah, right there. Devron, right there. Billy, right there. Emily, here. Grace. Bryant.
Here.
Bryant. Benjamin. He mentioned Jarrett, he's not gonna be here. And Harrison, you are right there online, okay? So, I know that y'all are gonna be present online, so, submit. Okay, so we have 3 online today and 2 the rest in class. All right, everybody to at least this document, the Word document. Anybody not there yet? Okay. Oh gosh. Find the back little button. And just hold it until it shuts down. You can try that one beside it too.
Okay.
Devon, are you having any luck logging in? Okay. If it spins for too long, you might want to. Okay, good. All right. All right. I don't want to get too far ahead of everybody. So as long as everybody gets to this document, then we'll get to where we need to go. Sorry for those whose computers are working and you're just having to sit there. Just take a moment and relax on this glorious, beautiful Friday outside. The sun is shining. The sky is bright. We can pretend, right? Is that one working,
Yeah.
Bryant? Good. All right, success. Okay. All right, are you in, Devron? Okay, you're good. Everybody else there? Okay, so go to download David Gareth, and then it's going to pop you up to this website right here. Now, when you find this icon, Bryant, you're almost there, right? Okay. There you go. All right, when you find this icon, click on it. And it's going to bring you to like a Dropbox type looking thing. And you want to go and download this. And it's going to download an interactive PDF for you. So go ahead and push download and do direct download. Okay? So click direct download. It should download on your computer. You can drag that to your desktop. And then go ahead and click out of that download page. And then go up here where it has the zip file back on that website. So go back to the original website where we just were. And right above this icon, there's two things that say zip and one that says RAR. Click the zip. It should be on the website you were on, not the PDF.
Mine didn't give me the option to download it.
It brings you to a Dropbox. And it should give you, so click on that PDF.
That's where I was at.
Okay, now you see the little down arrow up at the top?
Right here.
Yeah. Click on that, it should say direct download. So you have the zip file. Zip file. Once you click the zip file, double click on it. You can do download. So the little down arrow right there. Download the zip file to your computer and then double click the zip file and open it up. Yes, sir. Yes, download again. So yeah, help a neighbor out if you're good. Direct download. And then it'll take a few seconds to download that. And then I'm not 100% sure how these computers work and save when you sign off of them. And so if you have like a Google Drive or something, if I were you, I'd go in, open up a Google Drive, make a folder for this class, and throw those two things in it. Or whatever you use for like a cloud storage base. So for instance, I'm up here with my Google Drive. I would have a new folder. I'd call it Comm 370. And then I would put this folder, and this one's about to be done. I don't know if y'all are familiar with using zip drives, but it compresses things. And so you see it just right here, and I double click on it. It uncompresses it, and it looks like a regular folder. And I'm going to put this file in that folder, and then I can start a new folder in my Google Drive and put this whole thing in there. If I were you, I would just have a way to have these files accessed off of these computers. That's all it is. So if you sign into your Gmail, go into your Google Drive, have a way to save these off. I think you can also do it through your school email, like OneDrive, if you use that instead. It's whatever you're comfortable with. So I already have these in here, so I'm not going to do it again. But if I go into here and go into your class, well, actually I don't. So I'm just going to drag this in here. So it's going to upload
Is it like the 16th?
the what?
This right here?
When you open up that folder, it should have all these things right here in it. Yes. Okay. You're not going to need his website anymore once you have the PDF and those files, because you're going to just be working off the PDF. So I'm going to click off of all this. All right, anybody lost right now? Okay. Well, how are we lost? Okay, you got to get that out of there. So go to direct download. Now it's downloading to your computer. It looks like it's already doing it. So click on. And then take this and drag it. What he said. Yeah.
I think that's the easiest way to shoot off that.
Do you have it?
It's on the ground.
Oh, I don't use that one.
It's the same link. Can I do each of those?
You don't need to.
Because this is my school's email.
Yeah.
I don't know how to get to it.
It would be OneDrive for this, not, it wouldn't be Google Drive, it'd be OneDrive. Go to the little squares up at the top left. And then click on OneDrive. And this should let you store files there. Yeah, new folder, and just name it our Comm 370, and then do that. Okay. All right, hopefully this is going to be the hardest thing you do all day. All right, as long as you have those files done, I'm going to move on to the next. If you have them on your desktop, let's just work off the desktop right now. So I'm going to click into this folder. I'm going to go into that PDF. Okay, so everybody open up that PDF. And it should be Photoshop for Beginners, the complete guide. Everybody have this PDF opened up? Okay, so if you look at the syllabus and you look at this worksheet, we're going to be using the workbook that I have and some of these videos to help you through as we're doing our kind of boot camp learning Photoshop, okay? And so you have to watch the videos that I have listed and then read the chapters corresponding with each unit. So what I would do if I were you is start with opening up Begin Unit 1 worksheet. So if you click on the syllabus and you see that, feel free to print this off and kind of use it as your guide as you're working through this first unit. And I'm just asking you some true false questions, and most of these are going to come from the book, and then some of your exercises are going to come from the videos. Okay, so as you're doing that, you can save this, you can print it off, write on it, and then take a picture of it to upload it. That might be easier, so you're not having to have too many things open on the screen at the same time. Or if you have an iPad, you can have one on the iPad, one on the screen. You kind of have to figure out what works for you. So this right here says, after watching David Garrett video 2, arrange your workspace to be like the one in the video. That will make sense once you watch it. So how do you start watching the videos? You go to the PDF and you scroll down, and it breaks everything into 3 sections, but if you keep on scrolling, gives you an overview, and then it gives you a lot of, this is how you can download the project folders too. Anybody interested? I had a few people saying they're interested in learning some shortcuts with Adobe, things like that. Here's a whole cheat sheet on those. And then here is where you're going to find the videos. So for class before next Monday, I'd like for you to watch videos 1 through 4. And I'm just trying to pace it for you. You have until Monday, August 31st to finish Unit 1, which is just that worksheet that I want you to do. But you're going to need to watch videos 1 through 4, 6 through 8, and 24, and read chapter 1. But you have more than a week to do all that. And that's what we're going to be using class time for going forward, and your lab days on Friday. So you have plenty of time to do this. And some of you might finish by next Wednesday, and good for you, you know, but right now I'm trying to make it self-paced so people can learn at their own speed. Yes, ma'am. You can do that too. Copy and paste it into another Word document, and you will watch the videos and the workbook. So you should have gotten a Photoshop workbook for this class through the bookstore. You have it. You'll read, they'll mainly come from chapter 1 and that in the videos. So you have 1 through 4 videos to watch before next Monday. And you will complete an activity while watching number 2. And so we will do that in class on Monday together if you don't have stuff already. But that'll be your first thing you'll work through on the computer on Monday, and I'll be in class with you as we do that. But if you want to go ahead and watch videos 1 through 4 before class on Monday, just to kind of introduce it to yourself, you scroll here, and so this is page 7 of the PDF. So if you're clicked on the PDF, page 7, you want to watch video number 1, you click on go to page right here, and then click watch video. And usually has little ads on it. So bear with the ad, skip it. And then video 1's 12 minutes long, okay?
Hello and welcome to the first video in this beginner's guide to Adobe Photoshop.
All right, so is everybody comfortable getting to the videos? Then video 2, I wouldn't trust the way YouTube kind of has them in suggested, because it might be one like video 2, but it might be the Illustrator video 2. So go back to the PDF, and then you can scroll down and watch video 2. And video 2's 9 minutes. So they're usually they're around 10 minutes. Some of them are longer when we get into longer things. So just schedule yourself like an hour to watch these before Monday. That would be beneficial to you. And this introduces what Photoshop looks like And so on Monday, I will walk you through things while we're all here together. I'll have Photoshop up on here, and we'll do the number 2 exercise that's on your worksheet together on Monday in class after we kind of do an introduction to Photoshop, but you should be familiar with it after watching these videos. So any questions about that? It's kind of combined. The worksheet will have stuff from the videos and the book. And so the worksheet encompasses both. And so the questions come from the book, like 1 through 10, and the exercises, some of them are book and some of them are video. So after doing this one time, you'll get it. It's just best, it's the easiest way for me to get you to know what I want you to know. And I think the book does some things well and the videos do some things well. And I think both of them together help a lot. Okay. So then, yes, ma'am.
I thought we had to have it done, like, not the worksheet, but the video was watched today, so I had already watched.
Okay.
I have the workspace exercise done. I was gonna turn it in on Shelby, but I didn't know if like, I know last year Shelby only let us turn in like one picture and then the worksheet. So I didn't know how we
You can submit them all as PDFs under one assignment.
and it would let me do one.
It should, because that's what I've done in the past.
So I just have to save it as a PDF.
Yes. So everything uploaded to as PDFs to Shelby. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is everybody good with actually finding the videos and the files for the videos, that type of stuff. Okay. And you at least have it saved on your computer and a drive at some point. If you ever lose it and you're like, I can't find it, you go back to the website and you re-download it. It's that easy. So the next thing we're going to do is everybody is going to make sure you create an Adobe Creative Cloud account so you can use Adobe programs on your computers. So first thing first, if you look at your computers, I have my dock to the left, if you can see it right here. Most of y'all's is on the bottom. I just have always preferred to have mine to the left. I don't know why. But I have Adobe Photoshop here and Adobe InDesign here. Those are the 2 things you're going to need on these computers. Look and see if they are there on your computer. Okay, then they are going to be in your Finder. So go to Finder and go to Applications. So your Finder is this little icon right here. And then get to your Applications. And then you should have a list in Finder. If you're used to using Windows programs or Google operating system, Finder is what Apple calls their main like window. What you want to do is make sure these are put in your dock. So you can InDesign and Photoshop. That's what we're going to need this class. So you can control click on them. And let me see, does that give you a move to dock? No, you just can drag it to the dock. So they come in folders. So if you look up here on my screen, let me make this bigger. So here's InDesign. I'm clicking down that. And here's this. And I would drag it to where it's in your dock. And then do the same thing with Photoshop. Then drag it in your dock. So everybody have Photoshop and InDesign in your dock. All right. I see you're getting it. You getting it?
InDesign, right?
InDesign and Photoshop. So go up. It's going to be under Adobe Creative Cloud all the way to the top. Click that.
Adobe Cloud is connected to their school email, right?
Yes.
So the InDesign too, right?
Yeah. Go ahead and click Adobe down in there, okay? So,
I think it's all in one.
yeah, and so if you sign in, you use your school email address and your school password. Yeah. It might say create, if you've never done this before, create a new account, but with your stuff. Actually, try it with your school first. So go to Finder. Go to Applications. And all your stuff is right there. So just drag, open up the. Okay, then you're good. Now you'll need to go into Adobe Creative Cloud and create your own account. Okay, so let me do this on the computer. Harrison, I'm sure yours already here. So Adobe account. I'm not going to sign out of mine and do it here because that would just be crazy. But you should have access to download all these if they're not on your computer. And then once you have created an account, go ahead and open up Photoshop and make sure it works on your computer.
I have this on my laptop already. Like if I use it on here, I'm putting in my password. Does it have to be like? Because this is my Creative Cloud account. Is it the same as an Adobe account?
Yes, your Creative Cloud account is your Adobe account.
I think I had it signed in.
If it's not letting you do it automatically from your school address, then you just have to create new and make your new. Okay, how are we doing? You get one? You're good? Can you open up Photoshop on the computer? Okay. Have you got Amazon too? Okay. Are you good? Okay. So you are good? Okay, go ahead and open up Photoshop and pick File, New. Let's just make sure everybody's works. File up at the very top. New. And then just push Create. You can have it on your laptop. It's because the license is per computer, and so I can't get you licensed on your personal computer. You have to pay for it on your personal computer. You can pull up documents and stuff through your Adobe account that you save on the cloud, but yeah. If you don't have a personal account where you pay for it, so good. You're good. You're good. All right. Okay. Everybody in here logged on, have the videos, have the Creative Cloud account, then you are ready to go. Okay? So for Monday, I just want to make sure everybody watched through those 4 videos, and you can figure out how you want to do the worksheet, whether you're going to print it off, put it on iPad, copy and paste another Word document. As long as I get a digital copy of it filled out somehow. That's all I need. Make sure you've joined our Shobi account for this class. The code's on Blackboard and the syllabus. And then we will work through the, let's see, what number is it? On Unit 1 worksheet in class on Monday. We will do an intro to Photoshop, and then we will do part 2, number A, together in class, okay? Just to get everybody working on the same page. And then, like I said, as we're working through these units, I have it kind of designed to where you're self-paced, and as long as you get to the due date, everybody needs to finish at the same time. But if you work faster through other people, then that's okay. Because I know some people have some experience with Photoshop, some people don't, and so it might take some people a little bit longer as we get started. But that's how I kind of have this design. So it'll be self-paced. I'll be here to help and answer questions any way I can as we're working through this, and kind of demonstrating as we're going. So let me think if I've forgotten anything for this week. Okay, so on Monday, we're going to, let's see, we're going to work through that. All right, so I have you for 10 more minutes, and I want to pick back up where we were on the fundamentals of graphic design and just talk for 10 more minutes, a few of these things that we were talking about on Wednesday. All right, so kind of switch gears. Everybody turn towards me, and let's talk about a few more of the elements of design that we were going to look for when we start designing things this year. So we talked about repetition, proximity. I think we stopped right here at contrast. So we were going over the major principles of graphic design. And just a quick review, we have talked about balance, balancing things, asymmetry, horizontal symmetry, all that fun stuff, and alignment, making sure things are aligned or not aligned for a purpose, but making sure everything's done with a purpose. Repetition and how that can be used to emphasize. And then proximity, how we position things near each other and how that helps the eye focus and group things together. Our eyes like things grouped in a certain way. We might like the pictures grouped and the words grouped. And so we decided that this one is the easiest to follow because everything kind of follows a train of thought that makes sense. Contrast, that's the next step that we're going to look at. Contrast occurs when there's a juxtaposition of opposing elements. A juxtaposition is a big word that basically says two different things are put beside each other to make a point. Using contrast can highlight really important elements of a design, and it's easily achieved with color. It's also achieved with different shapes, textures. And so look at some examples of that. I don't know how to get this off. Oh well. So contrast is done a lot with text. So you have small and big, little and big. So you can do that with text. You can do contrast with the way text is actually arranged. You can do contrast when repetition is broken. Same thing here. In graphic contrast with, you have the distinct line right there with the color. Okay, white space. White space is a very important element in design. And so I want everybody to live and die by white space. It is the negative part of a design. It is an empty space, and you usually need to put empty space in your design. You don't need to fill up everything. A lot of the things that new designers do is they think they need to put something in every corner of a page. But a lot of the times, white space is so important because it allows your eyes to rest and focus on what's mainly important. And so negative space is empty space is intentionally placed in the design. It adds emphasis to the area because the eye is drawn to a specific element that you want to have. So here's some examples of how white space has been used effectively. It's clean, simple design. And then one of the major brands who's kind of known for their use of white space is Mac. Apple products, most of the design, most of the advertisements use white space. It makes it look clean, simple, and it goes with their theme. And so just a few things to go over, common mistakes in new designers. Listen to this and try your best not to do these. Too many fonts per document. Try your best not to have more than 2 fonts per document that serve a purpose, like a header and a body. And then you can throw one more in if you really want to, that's scripty or decorative. Font not matching the project's needs. So, you know, you wouldn't do a child's birthday invitation with the old English style calligraphy font. You know, that doesn't necessarily match the theme. Or you wouldn't use a real comic booky looking font to write the Declaration of Independence. So you want to match the font with the needs of the document. You don't want to place items too close to each other, text too close to graphics. We saw an example of that on Wednesday when I said which one of these is good and bad. And it took some of y'all a few seconds and you're like, oh, that one, there's enough space. So don't butt things up against each other. Give breathing room between things. Not kerning text when needed. That means not allowing text to, not adjusting the spaces between letters. Spelling or typing mistakes. You'll be getting some of the text that you might be using in some of the documents, but it's still a designer's job to kind of spell check. InDesign and Photoshop both have spell check options, but I usually don't have them turned on all the time. But you'll need to make sure that you know, check yourself with that. Designs that are too busy or in less is more in most cases, inadequate white space, kind of like we were just talking about. Text boxes that are too big. The eye does not like to read text boxes that stretch the whole width of a page. We like it broken down into columns. So 3 columns, 4 columns, 2 columns. We also don't like text that's small that goes way down. We like it broken with different things. So if you're designing for layout, designing for a lot of content in a magazine, you play around with making smaller text columns. And so you're not just putting a whole lot of pages. Anybody been reading a book or a textbook and it's all text on one page and you're just like, I'm flipping to the next page. I don't have time for that. Break it up. It helps people read. Bad color combinations. We'll go over a little bit of color stuff. We don't have time today, but I have a really cool video that kind of gives a brief overview of how to pick colors, how to do color palettes, and then and what colors contrast, what colors complement, and then not following visual hierarchy. And that is basically a design theory that you use, and we'll talk about that when we're doing some more layout, where you have one dominant image and then everything else is kind of complementary to that. Some examples of bad design are right here. I won't go through these real quick. Too wordy. So long lines of text, we kind of just talked about that. Too many fonts, bad letter spacing, ineffective color combinations. So, I mean, you can, if you want to see examples of bad design, they're all out there. Okay, so one thing I do like you to do, if you ever find anything that's just bad design, bring it into class. Show us what you saw, and we'll critique it and figure out what they could have done better to make it more effective. All right, so here's my colors video. I don't think we have enough time for it. 6 minutes. Nope, we don't.
Okay.
We'll pick up here on Monday and then get started on our intro to Photoshop. So everybody feel confident with where they are, with what we have? Ish. You'll get there. Okay. Don't worry if you feel lost right now. As long as you can open the program, that's where we're starting on Monday. All right? Yes, sir.
I have no Adobe on my laptop, but it's saying I don't have permission.
You don't have permission for what?
It says permission from your IT administrator that maybe required.
You know, this computer might not have it loaded yet because that computer, I think, is set up with the printer. But I don't understand why.
So if I do it on another one,
Yeah,
that's I should be able to.
it should be
I already have it
fine.
on my laptop.
Okay, yeah. If you have an account already, then you're good. But we're good. So I'll see you Monday, Harrison. All right. Thanks for bearing with us today, getting all this technical stuff out of the way. All right.